Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. My name is Syamsul Arif bin Rosni. My material number 202463.
Hi, my name is Muhammad Arif bin Yaakob and my ID number is 204692.
Today we're gonna talk about what is Internet of Things, then known as IoT, and its benefit to the disabled. Next. Okay, for introduction. If you see this slide, it has two different conditions. The left side is before the IoT is implemented, and the right side is after IoT is implemented. As you can see, before IoT implemented, we communicate with the TV using our remotes, right? And after IoT implemented, we communicate with our TV aircon using commands. It means we talk like other other people lah. Okay, next. Okay, for review. Our main focus today is what is IoT first. Second, benefit of IoT in helping the disabled with daily communication. Next, benefit of IoT in shaping the disabled to be less dependent to others. And lastly, conclusions. What is next for IoT? Okay, for introductions, what is IoT? Next. Okay, what is IoT? IoT is a system of integrated computing device, mechanical and digital machine, objects, animals, or people that are provided with unique ID and the ability to transfer data over a network without requiring human-to-human or human-to-computer interactions. Okay, what IoT does is to collect, send, and act on data they require for their environments. And the effect is to help people live and work smarter, as well as gain complete control over their life. Next. What is benefit to the disabled? First, it helps in everyday communication for the hearing impaired. Okay, in this photo, it is the device that help the hearing problem people to, and it's called vibe hearing, and it acts as the person ears. What it do is it collect the vibe and send it the signal to the nerve of the hearing people. Next. And the second is it is a smart glove. What we call smart glove, and what it do is collect what the person, what the glove do, and it will the data it will transfer to the device that, and it will show what like these photos, it show hello. So if you want to show the others, you have to do the other instructions like that. Okay. Now I will go to the Arif.
Okay, thank you, Shamsul. So, how exactly does IoT helps the disabled to be more independent by themselves? I'll talk about virtual Warsaw project and the educational purposes. Virtual Warsaw project was launched by the city of Warsaw, Poland. Due to an increasing number of residents with visual impairment, the city decided to build a micro-navigation system to help them navigate the city. As of this year, there are more than 180,000 people with disabilities living in that city. A large percentage of them are due to old age and having motoric disabilities. So how does it work? the city had placed millions of transmitter devices called beacons around the city to provide behavior tracking to the user. And pairing this up with the apps on their smartphones through the internet enables real-time response, and this gives them the control to better navigate the city. They can, for example, be placed at the start of a stair to orient the blind person and prevent possible falls. So Internet of Things had also helped the disabled in their educational and learning process. Sensory or mentally handicapped children can use interactive play and learning IoT environments to create at school scenario in order to experience a richer learning experience. They would have more opportunities to develop their linguistic skills and become socially better at interacting with others. In addition to this, these interactive IoT systems adapt to their learning rhythm. For instance, deaf children often need additional exposure to the sign language lessons because most of their parents are hearing and not fluent in this language. Now with this interactive IoT system, they can take it with them from school to home and repeat the most difficult vocabulary until they understand and memorize it. So what do we have next for IoT? Conclusion, people with disabilities have benefited most from IoT implementation in their daily life. I believe that the IoT for disabled people will evolve dramatically in the following years. I would say it's not impossible in the future to use neuron signals from our brain to control external devices such as TV, phone, and computer, which means human beings will be fully embedded in the Internet of Things. So this is call to arms for all web and apps designers and even businesses to think about implementing IoT into their business process to allow billions of disabled people to benefit from it. You can also be part of this by spreading the awareness of its benefit. We've already seen how effective IoT is. Talk about the IoT itself and how its benefits in helping the disabled in their daily communication and to be less independent to others. And also touch on what the future holds for IoT. And that's the end of our slide. Thank you.